Greetings, welcome to Vivid Nightmares, where shadows come to life and horror stories become reality. I am Sophia, and today I will tell you about an experience that shakes me to the depths of my soul, which occurred in an old abandoned convent on the outskirts of the city. The convent stood majestic but decadent, its stone walls eroded by time and the windows boarded up like sealed eyes. I had always been curious about these places steeped in history and mystery, so I decided to explore it on a gray, silent afternoon, ignoring the mute warnings of the locals about unexplained presences lurking in its corridors. Upon entering, the air was cold and dense, permeated with a smell of dampness and abandonment. My footsteps echoed in the empty, dark hallways, each seeming to whisper their own silent stories of days gone by. As I went, the feeling of not being alone became more and more intense, as if the walls themselves were watching my intrusion with disdain. I came to a stone staircase that led to the depths of the convent, where daylight barely penetrated and darkness reigned supreme. The flashlight I carried barely shone a few feet in front of me, casting eerie shadows on the ivy moss-covered walls. It was then that I heard the first whisper, just a distant murmur that seemed to come from the stones themselves. My heartbeat quickened as I wandered deeper into that maze of abandoned hallways and rooms, each seeming to contain an echo of the life that once existed there. In one of the farthest rooms, I found an old altar covered in dust and cobwebs, with extinguished candles that still left traces of melted wax. The sense of presence was overwhelming, as if someone or something was watching me from the deepest shadows of the convent. Then I saw a figure at the end of a corridor, barely visible in the gloom. It was a woman dressed in a dark robe, standing and staring at me with eyes that seemed to glow with an inner fire. His presence was ethereal and threatening, as if he did not belong to this world but to one beyond our comprehension. A shiver ran down my spine as I slowly backed away, my feet moving almost instinctively toward the exit. Every step echoed in the stillness of the convent like an ominous echo of my own intrusion. Since then, I have avoided talking about that experience, but the images of the figure in the old convent continue to haunt me in my darkest dreams. Thank you for listening to my story. Always remember to be careful when exploring abandoned places, for you never know what secrets of the past may awaken and claim your presence. Until next time. Goodbye. Greetings, welcome to Vivid Nightmares, where shadows come to life and horror stories become reality. I am Sophia, and today I will tell you about an experience that shakes me to the depths of my soul, which occurred in an old abandoned convent on the outskirts of the city. The convent stood majestic but decadent, its stone walls eroded by time and the windows boarded up like sealed